guys, so today I will be making my peppermint bark. So last year I was able to make this and it turned out really well, so I'm hoping that it turns out well again. And so I'm super excited to get this started because finals just ended and now I can bake for fun. So let's get started. So in order to make my peppermint bark, you're gonna need parchment paper, pan, measuring tools. You'll be needing the half teaspoon peppermint extract, white chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, candy canes. This is about like 7 or 8 crushed, and then 2 pans, pots, and your spoons, spatulas to stir them. So let's get started. So if you haven't already, I highly suggest pre-crushing your candy canes. They take a long time, and you just have to find an efficient way to break them. Honestly, I put them in a Ziploc, double bagged it, and just like hammered away at it, I guess. So I did that. So that's my suggestion, but there's time when you got to fridge this where you can do it also, but just my tip, pre-crushing them. Okay, so also before I get started, you're gonna want, I poured them in as well before, but I also laid out my parchment paper onto the pan, so when it's like ready, I can just kind of carry it over and pour it in. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna pour these in. So I'm using a little bit over 12 ounces, probably using maybe like 15, 16, only because I had a 2-ounce bag, separated them. So while you're melting this, you're gonna want to take it on and off the stove because the heat is so hot that it melts it really quick, and you don't want it to like overcook or over melt, and so it gets kind of like stuck to the sides, and you'll see it'll get like crusty if it happens to you, because that's what happened last time. So that's why I'm just taking it off right now and kind of stirring it on the side, and then I'll put it back on and melt it some more. But yeah, you want to be really careful when melting this because it melts super fast, and make sure you don't get that like crusty, like kind of burnt chocolate, I guess you could say. Okay y'all, so this is my melted chocolate. You can see that it's really smooth, doesn't have any bumps in it because it's all melted and stuff, no crust and everything. So I'm gonna get ready and pour it onto the paper or parchment paper and spread it out evenly. So I'm gonna spread it out evenly. I kind of put the parchment paper like all over it, so I'm tucking the parchment paper underneath, so it like kind of stays, so I don't need like any weights or anything to hold it down for me. But it's really loud. Okay, so just so you guys can see me. Oh my god, I hope I don't. So it's up to you how evenly you want to spread it and how far out. I wouldn't spread it out too far because remember, you're also putting the white chocolate and the candy canes on. Wow, that looks so pretty. Okay, maybe that didn't help. But yeah. So it's really up to you guys. I'm not going to spread it out too far, but far enough where it's not too much semi-sweet chocolate in one area. So satisfying too. And it just keeps spreading it. So after this, we're gonna put it in the fridge because I found out like last year, I was watching some videos when I did it last year, that some sites say not to spread it out or not to separate it or let it sit in the fridge basically, but I think it's better, and it turned out well for me if I let it set. So I'm going to do the same thing as last year. So I'm going to put it in for a little bit, kind of melt the other chocolate and see. Or, well, I'm going to actually wait and then do the white chocolate. Oh my gosh, my screen's tilted. But I'm going to let this sit because I think it turned out well last year. And I'm going to just do it again because I think if I put them together, there's a possibility that it'll kind of get mixed. Either way, it's going to get mixed, but I think if I don't let it sit too long, probably like a half hour or something like that, it should be okay. This is getting a little messy. So yeah, just keep spreading it, and then you're gonna put it in the fridge and let it set. And then while you're waiting, you could either take a break or you could do the white chocolate. But remember, you don't want the white chocolate to really set, or else it's gonna get all chunky. And then, so yeah, I would suggest taking a break. She's so pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it in the fridge. While we're waiting, I decided to clean the dishes that were full of chocolate and to start on the next one because the half hour is almost up, and I think it should be okay. There you go. So I'm gonna get started on this and then take it out of the fridge when it's ready. And also I have to add in peppermint extract, so it's gonna take a while anyway. So don't forget, like last time, we're gonna heat this up, but remember to keep taking it on and off so it doesn't burn. But that's pretty much it. You're gonna do the same thing, and then we're gonna take it out, but also we're gonna add in peppermint extract. So let's get started again. So I'm gonna start adding in the extract to this. So for the recipe that I was using, it said for every 12 ounces of chocolate to add in like half a teaspoon of extract. So it's really up to you. I'm gonna use half a teaspoon, but then probably add in a little bit extra. And I'm also adding this at the time where, like, okay, I'm gonna take this off. Stir it one more time. When it's pretty much close to melted, everything, and there's like not very few chocolate chips that you can see still in there, so it's pretty liquefied already. So I'm gonna have to get the, what's it called? So the other one out of the fridge. So here's 1 tablespoon or teaspoon, sorry, or half a teaspoon, sorry. I'm gonna add like a quarter more, and it should be good. I mean, it smells really good too, which is really nice. But yeah, just keep stirring it, and then once it's all melted and you think everything's mixed together, you can stop this and then get the pan out of the fridge and then put it together. So about a half hour or less was pretty good. I think this was less than a half hour, but it's pretty solid. I think a part chipped off. You see. Oh, it's a little, yeah, it's okay. But now I'm gonna add this on. So one thing you're gonna see is because you left it in the fridge and this is warm, it might start melting this one. So you're gonna wanna do it a little bit on the quicker side, but still evenly add it. And then you're gonna add the peppermint bark on, or no, not the peppermint, the candy canes on. But you might see some of the white and the brown mixed together. Okay, so see how this goes. I don't think I melted it completely, but where it was like liquidy, like the same one, but it's still pretty good, honestly. I forgot to tuck it, but it's okay. Just holding it. Oh yeah. So the white, when you dip it back in, may have some brown on it, but honestly, just keep going. It's probably, it might happen, depends if you touch the other chocolate or not. Oof, careful. But yeah, keep spreading it evenly. You can always have like one side more chocolatey than, or white chocolate than the other. I just realized you couldn't see my face completely. But yeah, so hopefully it turns out okay. Shouldn't take too long, honestly. If this one only took like less than a half hour to kind of like solidify. So honestly, it shouldn't take that long. The hard part is breaking it into pieces because it's like on the thicker side, and like 2 layers of chocolate with candy canes. You're gonna probably want to take a knife, and like what I read is that you're gonna want to take a knife and warm it so it's easily to cut. But honestly, what I did last time is I just broke it off with my hands. So it's really up to you, whatever you can handle. If you want it into like crooked pieces, then by all means do it by hand. But if you want it a certain way, I guess, or certain sizes, then go ahead and cut it. So this is what it looks like. I'm excited for this one. It looks kind of decent. I mean, it's always gonna take a few tries and stuff. Like, you should have seen the other one. It's so bad. But I'm gonna show you what it is. Everything mixed, put together, so you can see. And now I'm gonna add the candy canes. I have a lot, honestly, but it's better to have a lot than too little, because then you're gonna find yourself having to make more. We're gonna have to crack more. Oh my god, I put like big pieces on here. But honestly, I like the smaller pieces. It's up to you, because the big pieces sometimes get in the way when you're eating it, and it kind of hurt. Oof. And there's a lot of big pieces. And it just looks nice too, like with the sprinkles and stuff. Or you just hear like the big pieces like flop on. But I like the like sprinkles because it just looks really nice too. And then you can, yeah, there you go. And look, my hands are all like, ugh. I have to eat these. Yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to my part of our Christmas like themed food. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.
Happy holidays from JASS. Welcome to my humble kitchen. So, as you may have already know, Japanese people are known to eat a lot of KFC for Christmas. That whole story started off with the CEO of Kentucky Fried Chicken in Japan saying that, you know, Americans eat fried chicken for Christmas. And he basically lied to the entire public, and now it's a staple. So, today I'm going to be making my own recipe based upon the notes written by Colonel Sanders himself, and I will be showing you the spices. You know, it's Colonel Sanders 11 spices and herbs, and you know, if you could count, there's 12 here. Apparently, MSG is one of the ingredients inside KFC's recipe, but they don't include it in their herbs and spices. So today we're going to be adding this along with all of these spices and recreating the KFC chicken. But of course we need to have a testing, you know, what's it called? Oh, but of course we need a control group for our experiment. So today I went and bought myself some chicken. Right here. As you can tell, it's a bit sad here. I don't know what happened. They did give us a free biscuit though. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, we have the prerequisite thigh. Oh my! Kind of exploded in the back. And we got our thigh. Kind of sad looking as well. It's okay. They're just for taste comparisons. So let's get on with it. my microphone did not pick up enough audio during the cooking process, so I'm gonna have to voice over a lot. In a large bowl, we're gonna have to prepare 2 cups of buttermilk along with 2 eggs, so that's 1 egg per 1 cup of buttermilk. We need to do this 30 minutes in advance so the chicken has time to tenderize before we fry it. So here you can see me finishing the dredge, and now I'm just dumping all the chickens into the dredge so we have time to marinate them. Once you've submerged all of your chicken into the batter, it's time to let it rest for 30 minutes. And now it's time for spices. Mix 2/3 tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of thyme, half a tablespoon of basil, 1/3 of a tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of celery salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of dry mustard, 4 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of garlic salt, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, and 3 tablespoons of white pepper. Once you've killed your wrist from grinding out all that white pepper, now you have the Colonel Sanders 11 spices and herbs. So here I am measuring out 2 cups of all-purpose flour to mix in with our 11 herbs and spices. You might be able to tell that I'm not very good with cameras. Now once all of that is done, we're going to get a whisk and mix the flour and herbs and spices to incorporate evenly. Oh, don't forget to add 1 tablespoon of MSG, and you can skip this if you want to. Now get a deep pot and fill it halfway maximum and heat up the oil until 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Now while the oil is heating up, we're going to prepare a chicken. Since we've already marinated the chicken in our batter, we're going to just put it onto our flour mix and roll it over until all the nooks and crannies are coated. And we're going to repeat this for all of our chickens. If you did this correctly, you would have made a mess like me. So once the oil has reached the temperature, you want to put in your chicken gently and cook the chicken until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure not to overfill the pot or the oil will boil over and you'll end up in the ER. After 12 to 15 minutes, it's time to pull out your chicken as it turns golden brown and put it onto a wired rack to cool. And here are the final results. Okay, so we finished cooking up some of our chicken. On our left, you can see the KFC one, and on our right, you can see the one I made. So, in order to make this taste test, pretty fair for everyone, I'm gonna bring my housemate over here. Sean, come here. Hi, this is Sean.
Hello.
So, Sean, which one do you want to start off with?
You know what? Let's start off with my expectation. Let's set my expectations low.
Wow, okay.
So let's start with yours. No.
Alright, so you want to go into the one I made?
Nice and warm.
Yep. Here we go. I'm a mess.
I fell in my water.
It's definitely crunchier.
Definitely crunchier. I taste the seasoning a lot more.
Would you say it's KFC seasoning?
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like it's this, but just amplified, which is good.
Okay. So, well, there you have it, folks. We have accomplished in mimicking the KFC spices. I hope you all have a very good, happy holidays, and we hope to see you soon next quarter. Bye.
Thank you.
Plans are thrown to the wayside. Frozen days of the week. But everybody wants to make it home this year. Even if the world is crumbling down. 'Cause everybody's got somebody who's got their name on a shelf with cheap decor and flavored cheer. You rest assured that Christmas saves the year.